I'm Chief Pamela Smith, Chief of Police of the Metropolitan Police Department. I am pleased to join Judge Pirro in announcing the third and final arrest in the homicide of 21-year-old Eric and the closure of the homicide of 17-year-old Zoe Kelly. Know that our thoughts and our prayers are certainly with all of their families on today. The loss of Zoe and Eric continues to weigh heavily on our hearts. They were young people full of promise, just beginning to shape their futures with their entire lives ahead of them. We hope that today's development will bring a measure of peace to their loved ones. We know it won't bring them back, and we know that nothing can take away the pain or the loss that they felt, but it is my prayer and it is our collective prayer that this moment offers some sort of comfort as they continue to grieve and heal. From the night of June 30th, our detectives have worked countless hours gathering evidence that ultimately identified the three suspects responsible for the shooting that claimed Eric's life and injured the two additional victims. Later that same week, on Friday, July 4th, 5th District officers responded to an apartment in the 1700 block of Benning Road Northeast. Officers located 17-year-old Zoe Kelly, deceased inside of that apartment, suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. Detectives from our homicide branch worked this case, and the office of our chief medical examiner ultimately ruled Zoe Kelly's death a homicide. Our detectives soon determined that 18-year-old Naquan Lucas, who had already been identified as a suspect in the June 30th case, was also connected to Zoe Kelly's homicide. The facts and evidence of the case were presented to a grand jury, which returned an indictment, including a charge for first-degree murder. Over the last month, the Metropolitan Police Department publicized images of Lucas to the community through media. In partnership with our Washington field office, FBI field office, and the United States Marshal Service, we offered a $75,000 reward for his apprehension. Those efforts culminated into last night's arrest in Germantown, Maryland, where members of our Capital Area Regional Task Force, which is known as Cardiff, located Naquan and took him into custody without incident. He was transported to MPD's homicide branch and charged with first-degree murder while armed, premeditated for both the murder of 21-year-old Eric and 17-year-old Zoe. I want to thank our homicide detective, Gabriel Truby, and Detective Herman Kelly and their colleagues at the Metropolitan Police Department Homicide Branch for their outstanding work on both investigations. These were very complex cases. Identifying Lucas as a suspect in both offenses required high-level detective work, and that is exactly what our team delivered. This is just one example of the effort being poured into each homicide case. As I speak to you right now, our detectives are hard at work identifying additional violent offenders in other cases. But I hope this news sends a message to individuals who choose to commit violence in our city. We do not rest, and we will not rest until every single suspect in offenses like these are held accountable. And I want to thank you, Judge Pirro, and your team at the United States Attorney's Office for your partnership throughout this investigation. I also want to thank our partners at the FBI Washington Field Office for their assistance, and the U.S. Marshal Service and the Capital Area Regional Task Force for their efforts locating and apprehending Naquan on last night. I also want to thank my mayor, Mayor Muriel Bowser, who has certainly been supportive of the Metropolitan Police Department and keeps public safety at the forefront of her mind. And I will now turn it back over to Judge Pirro.